You had plenty Moors on your boat, right? You telling me you accidentally came to the Americas? You thought you was trying to go to India, but you landed in the Americas? But you're with the best seafarers on the planet? Like, this is like known facts. Like, during this time and age, Moors are the best at sea. When you learn about the Pirates of the Caribbean and shit, who do you think that was?
That was us.
Yeah. And that's during the same time of, okay, before we even get into the Caribbeans, just know we're coming back to that, right?
Okay.
You hear about Christopher Columbus setting sail to sea in 1492, but you never hear what else took place in 1492 in the same place he left from. And my question is, shit, it happened in the same year, in the same place. Why the hell ain't learned about it? It's because this was when my people was in ruling. Of course. I thought the history started with slavery. We did too, right? We thought it just started.
Of course.
Yeah, guess what? Of course it didn't, though. Because everything they've been lying about, still lying about. Let me say this. The same people that taught them how to rewrite and take baths, when they were expelled from Spain, it was due to religious doctrine. It wasn't just Europeans versus Moors. It was the Catholic / their form of Christianity church kicking out. When you read about this, you're going to read them as Moors. You're going to read them as Muslims, or you're going to read them as Jews. They say all three lived amongst each other very good. They did because they're the same fucking people. The same way right now today, we can have a project building right there. Some of them in there, they all identify as black, which is the national name. For us, it was during this time Moors. Or they're gonna mention the religious aspect, which is Jews or Muslim, right? Muslims come from Jews, right? Because Islam comes from Judaism, right? So obviously they're the same people here. This is how we get back to knowing who the original Jews is. When they're reading about us as Jews, they're talking about Sephardic, dark-skinned Jews, right? The simple question to ask after that is, who's older, Sephardic or Ashkenazi? Sephardic is older.
What's the other one you just said? What is that?
Ashkenazi. Them the ones who got the little on the side of their shit. Feel me? The ones that people be saying are identity stealing. They're stealing identity, but like no one's claiming identity. Feel me? We're not claiming our land, so the United States is claiming it. You don't want all this golden resources that's underneath here? Why not claim it? You know what I'm saying? So you have these folks who, again, the Ashkenazi versus Sephardic. Sephardic is older. When you ask which Jews was being kicked out, it was the Sephardic Jews. That's how you know that they were the dark-skinned ones over there. Feel me? That's how I know they're talking about all the same people. This is where shit gets funny. Those Ashkenazi are only related through religion. So also during this time, you're going to read about white Moors. White Moors are conversos or moriscos.
What does that mean?
Moriscos is like a way of saying mulatto over here.
The black and white?
Yeah. But like, we got to start like, okay, so you gotta get comfortable and like with the uncomfortable and dropping that word. You know what I'm saying? The black and white.
Yeah.
Black and white. we gotta break that. You feel what I'm saying?
That cycle. Okay.
Like, soon as we stop calling ourselves black, right? Guess what happens on the other end? We stop calling them white. Like, what are we gonna do after that? If we stop calling them white, what are we gonna call them?
By their real name.
What is what?
Nah, it's ain't it a C word? Go ahead, say it. No, you were about to say it.
Let me say this.
Go ahead.
They always be like American, but Haiti is American. You're a Native American. Haiti is where? On the continent of America. A lot of us think that America is where the United States is. Like a lot of Latino brothers and sisters be like, I'm going to America. Jit, you in America. Jit, you Native American. Real deal Native American.
North America,
You're
South America.
Central. No, they just be playing with the nameplate, bro, and they try to make it seem like only the territory that was taken over by the United States government. Those people, for example, right? We call Mexicans foreigners, but Texas, for example, belonged to Mexico at a point in time, right? Okay. The tribes that are in Texas that have been there are called Native Americans because they've been there, right? So let's just say the tribe of Navajo is from Texas. If Texas was never taken over and it still belonged to Mexico, what would that Navajo tribe be called right now today if Texas was still Mexico?
I don't know, tell me.
They'd be called Mexicans.
Okay, that makes sense.
They'd be called foreigners. But since the land was taken over and those people are known to be here first, we're calling them Native Americans. But literally, they're brothers and sisters across this imaginary line that was created because the United States took over more land than they was given. The 13 colonies was on the East Coast. Everything west was taken. So let watch this.
Okay.
All of those people that the land was taken in and are identified as Native Americans before or right now, if that land still belonged to Mexico, those people would be called Mexicans, i.e. foreigners. So you have brothers and sisters right now that one's called foreigners and one's called Native Americans. There is no Central America. There's North and South America. That Central came in because of the United States government is creating their own borderline.
So let me ask you this, because this is something I've always thought about. Are Indians and Hispanic people, are they related?
They're the same people. I just gave you that answer though.
That's what I'm saying. I thought we were tripping.
But watch though. What did we just explain about if the land was never taken over?
Then they will be called Mexicans. Okay. That shit.
Not basically.
They are basically, yeah. That shit's
But watch this though.
But
watch this though. When you want to look at the original Native Americans, like all of these tribes, like Cherokee, Choctaw, Navajo, all of that goes back to Arawak, Taino, Mayans, Aztec, Olmec, right?
You know what's crazy? The Taino is related to the Jamaicans.
Yes, fam. They have a thing in school where they literally give thanks to the heritage. I talked to a Jamaican and they do this in school.
I literally just learned that last year.
But watch this though. How the Cherokee, Choctaw, and all of that, it goes back to older tribes like Taino, Arawaks. Those go older to the Olmecs, Aztecs, and Mayans. But when you look at the Mayans and the pyramids, right? Because the pyramids are the mound builders.
Yeah.
How do these people have? Both of these people are supposed to be sun worshipers, even though they're just giving thanks to the sun, because we know what it do for us and we know what it do to you.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You got, bro, this real, bro, but like, I got real deal Europeans that I got love for. Like the family I used to live with, all European, they're Italian. I told y'all about Italians.
Yes.
They hair dark. Right, then they hair dark. The only difference that they have from Spaniards because they are Spaniards, just with our DNA in them because of Moors. Italians used to be just like regular Spaniards, blonde hair, blue eyes, feel me? All that dark hair, dark eyes, freckles. Yeah, you got traces of EU melanin in you. Yeah.
Damn.
There's a real movie scene that I'm gonna send to you so you can clip in here. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, fire.
What's the movie?
It's an Italian movie. I don't even know the movie. I just know the scene by heart. Like I can find a scene by heart on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So they killed Buddy right after he told him. He said, "Yeah." He said, "You're Italian, right?" He said, "Yeah. That means you got nigga blood pumping through your veins." A Spaniard was telling him this, and then all his homeboys started laughing. He said, "No, I'm serious." He lit up his cigarette. He said, See, I like to do a lot of reading. And back in the day, Spaniards was like wops, you know, blonde hair, blue eyes. That was until the Moors moved in. You know what the Moors are, don't you? The Moors are niggas. And they did so much fucking that they changed the whole layout. Don't quote me word for word. That motherfucker damn near spot on. They all laughed, turned around, shot that boy in his head. It's history, but nigga, I don't want to be told that I got nigga blood. That's what they think. You feel what I'm saying? This is real history. So during 1492, when Christopher Columbus set sail to sea, how come I wasn't told about my ancestors who just was getting kicked out of Spain? When they was getting kicked, I mean, come on. 1492 was the last year that the Moors were kicked out of Spain. That's the last year we was there. The ones that decided to stay and fight, feel me? Yeah, guess what? You like how I threw that? Yeah, you like how I threw that? Look, bruh. These folks is so strategic with it, bro.
Yes. Very much so.
When these folks, like, this is why they don't tell nobody about the Moors in 1492, because it's just going to be too easy to put two and two together. You telling me there was a war going on between the Moors and these folks, and on their side, it's like religious. Anybody who don't believe in God the same way they do is savages. But they fairly have the newest religion at this point. So how the fuck you know about, you know what I'm saying? Their Bible say life started how long ago?
BC?
About 6,000 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there was just a DNA took from a melanated boy in South Carolina that shows his lineage going back 300,000 years ago. So who's lying?
How do they get the numbers to know this?
That's because they're tracing it back. So this is my thing. I see how that's taking place.
Yeah.
The tracing back and all of that. What I don't get is how you can tell me what my ethnicity is or my nationality. Like, oh, you're from the original peoples of West Africa. You don't have the original peoples of West Africa blood to tell me to compare mine with. You have current West Africans, but the current West Africans aren't the West Africans that was there 200 years ago. That's the one I got a problem with.
The bloodline is still there though, right? The bloodline didn't get cut.
The bloodline didn't get cut. Like, you can like see how far things are unraveling, but after a certain point of time, they be lying. Because like, you don't have none of the original people's blood. You know what I'm saying? So like, they might be using Nell's blood. So like, if I have some Siberian in me, and people who know about Native Americans like the $5 Indian and all that, this is funny because that Siberian, and say I was supposed to have that in my blood, it'll probably come up that I'm Native American. Because right now, a lot of Siberians, like all of that igloo and them folks being huddled up in the tent, in the hut and all of that, that's more like Alaskan type native. You feel what I'm saying? When you come down here, we've always had establishment. Like, New Age history try to like dismiss it, but why did Christopher Columbus and the original people who discovered for their people what this land was, said that there were already mosques here? That the woman that was found here looked like Morisco women. The way that they dress, the way that they dance. But all of a sudden, we weren't here yet. All of a sudden, we had to been brought here. Even though there's pyramids in two different parts of the land.
Which land are we talking about?
Africa and America.
Where's the pyramids here?
Here?
Yeah.
All over North America, and then everybody know about the ones in the Mayan pyramids in Mexico. Look up how they painted themselves in there. They depicted themselves on it. They drew themselves. And they look like just like me and you, bro. If we put our hair right now, we put our hair up, They got their hair up like this, wrapped around in turbans.
You right.
feel
You
me?
right.